Here's an example of something you got to be careful with. It happened with Discover Card, and I did not pay them back because I thought they were complicit and they knew what was going on. A third party made a deposit to my substantial amount to my Discover Card, right, account, and so I decided to spend it with some stuff, and I went to spend it, and the charge was blocked, and I called the agent at Discover, and I said, well, yes, this is I. And I, do want to make this charge, and they said, fine, you have the available credit, right? And in my Discover card online, it said I had the available credit, and so I went ahead and spent it, and then what happened is that third party, within the 10 days before the funds actually got transferred, you see, the party said they were going to transfer it, and sent that to Discover Card, and Discover Card posted it as though they had collected the funds, which they hadn't. But they still showed that I had the available credit, and the agent said that I had the available credit and to go ahead and spend it, right? Even though Discover Card had not, in fact, collected the funds. So the third party declined to have the funds actually transferred. They get about 10 days to do this. And it turned out to be a little fraudulent scheme. And Discover Card knew about it. And then they asked me to pay them back. And I said, what are you talking about? You returned those funds. You told me I had the available credit. I'm not paying. Okay, and I didn't. And this is a scam that Discover Card knows about. It's a well-known scam. And so I just thought to let you know that this can happen, and that you have to make sure that before you spend the money, because Discover Card said to me, well, we want to make the funds available as soon as possible for our customers' sake, right? No, they don't. They want you to spend more money as soon as possible. If you knew that they hadn't collected the funds and that they might not be collected, would you spend the money? You see? Because this is a loophole that Discover Card has covered over so the customer doesn't know about it, says they have the funds available on their statement, right, on the online banking, and the agents will say that you've got it there to spend, when in fact you don't. When in fact Discover Card has not collected the funds from the other party yet. Of course, once they collect the funds, it's more difficult to get the funds returned to the third party. But that's why within this 10-day window or whatever it is that the third party has to actually transfer the funds, they can say no, right? They can say no. And that's how the scam works, is that you think and Discover Card says you got the funds, and then in fact the funds get returned, don't get transferred at all, because the third party says no within the 10-day period or whatever it is, and you're stuck. And Discover Card says you should pay for it, and a lot of people pay it, right? A lot of people pay it. I wasn't gonna, because Discover Card was clearly at fault here. Clearly, they know about it. Their investigative team, which I dealt with, and I dealt with the FBI, 15 faxes about the case to the FBI, and so many faxes to Discover Card about their complicity and their responsibility, and that I wasn't going to pay, and I never did. And the matter's closed at this point, and I did not pay. So you have to be careful, not only with Discover Card, but any time you get funds deposited to your account. And most responsible banks will not post it to your account and make the funds available until they... So you will find responsible banks will not make the funds available from a deposit from a third party until they've collected the funds. And this is common. You see, Discover Card is actually making money by getting you to increase your balance, right? Again, and they're charging their interest rate. And see, it's not in your interest. They say it's for you, but it is not in your interest to spend money that hasn't been collected, you know. So anyway, so this is true with anytime you get any funds from anybody, that makes sure your bank has actually physically collected the money.